So, you've decided to return to Minecraft. Welcome back. Whether you returned because of the movie, the new updates, or maybe you and your friends are just on that 2-week phase, there is definitely a lot that has changed since you last played. But don't worry, because in this video, I got you covered with 13 things to know if you just returned to Minecraft. The Nether, while extremely dangerous, offers a ton of valuable progression and loot through its unique biomes and structures, especially the Bastion remnant structure, which you can find scattered throughout the dimension. Bastions can contain some really insane loot, including diamonds and netherite. However, exploring them can be pretty difficult due to the Piglin Brutes which guard it. Unlike regular piglins, they aren't fooled by gold armor or gold ingots on the ground, and they also do a crazy amount of damage. However, don't worry, as there is an easy way to deal with these mobs. Using lava buckets, you can kill them quickly and efficiently without even laying a finger on them. This method also won't anger the other piglins in the bastion, so you can safely eliminate the biggest threat of the structure and then cash out on your rewards afterwards. Minecraft's oceans have come a long way from the barren wastelands that they used to be. They're now full of life from different mobs, coral, and interesting underwater structures. Exploring these can be pretty exciting, but if you're using a boat to do so, well, you're doing it wrong. All you need is just one dolphin, leash them up, and you are now traveling significantly faster than you would be with a boat. Combine that with Depth Strider 3 enchanted boots, and you're now traveling at a whopping 36 blocks a second. Not only making underwater travel effortless, this also just makes exploring so much easier because you don't need to keep getting out of a boat just to go underwater. The ancient city is one of the most dangerous structures you can visit. Finding the place is already a struggle considering it's only in the deep dark, a cave biome found rarely near the bottom of the world. And once you're down there, you face the threat of the warden, an ultra powerful mob that can detect every sound and movement that you make. It's worth it though. Ancient cities can have some amazing loot, so if you want to explore them safely, here's how. The way the warden is spawned is with blocks called skulk shriekers that scream whenever you make a sound near them, and subsequently will call the warden from out of the ground. But if you go around the entire city covering these in wool, they won't be able to get sound vibrations from you, so you can then comfortably loot the city without having to worry about the warden coming out. Minecraft mountains have become a lot more developed in recent years. Many people, myself included, were playing when mountains still looked like this. Yeah, they look so much crazier now. I mean, just look at some of the different variants you can find throughout your world. But not only are mountains cooler now, they're also much more dangerous. This is mainly because of powdered snow, an annoying quicksand-like block that will sink you, slow your movement, and freeze you to death at the same time. It camouflages really well too, which makes it difficult to make out from the regular snow. But there is a way to avoid it, and that's with leather boots. If you wear leather boots, then you'll be able to walk on the snow without sinking or taking any damage. So just keep this in mind if you're ever doing some activities up in the mountains. Among the more massive Minecraft updates overhauling major aspects of the game, there have been many interesting minor updates as well. One of these are the new biome-specific mobs, such as pigs, cows, chickens, and even wolves. All of these mobs will now have different skins depending on the climate that they're in, and sheep also got a change and will now have different colors of wool depending on the biome compared to before where it was just kind of random. And although all these changes are purely visual, I still felt it was important to let y'all know so you don't freak out as soon as you load your world and see a blue chicken just walking around. Managing inventory space is one of the biggest challenges in Minecraft, especially today in the modern game where there are hundreds of items for you to collect. But fortunately, the developers were aware of this, so they made sure to add bundles. This is a super useful item that's almost like a sort of backpack. It's a cheap craft, just one leather and one string, and you can hold up to 64 items in one of these things at a time. This makes it way easier to keep your inventory organized, and you can also dye them with different colors if you want, which is even better. Netherite is the strongest resource in Minecraft, making tools and armor even better than diamond. The only issue though is that netherite is only found deep underground in the nether and is extremely rare to come across. You also can't use the fortune enchantment to get multiple of it either. So this begs the question, how do you find a lot of netherite fast? Well, there's a couple of ways. One way is to use chunk borders. If you press F3 and G on your keyboard at the same time, you can see these borders, and strip mining underground along the edges of them increases your chance of finding netherite. However, this doesn't work on bedrock, so some other methods include exploding beds underground to expose more blocks. Just be careful because it can be quite easy to get yourself killed. You'll need to have some blocks between you and the bed so you don't blow up, or you could also use TNT as well. Slightly more expensive, but this is probably the most efficient way to find netherite in the game. Armor is pretty much a necessity in Minecraft, especially if you're playing on higher difficulties, but while armor is great at protecting you, unlike in some other games, there's no way to customize the appearance of your armor in Minecraft. Well, that was at least until update 1.20. We now have 18 different armor trims or designs that you can put on your armor using the smithing table. These trims can be found in various loot chests throughout your world, and each trim will commonly be associated with a specific biome or structure. And once you have the trims, you can even customize the color of it using different materials like gold ingots or amethyst shards. There are over 600 different combinations possible, so you can have as much fun with it as you want. Minecraft has its fair share of annoying mobs. Skeletons for their precise, quick-firing arrows, baby zombies for their speed and tiny size, but in my opinion, there are two mobs that are more annoying than anything else. Creepers and phantoms are the purest form of rage bait you will ever find. They exist for just one reason, to make you want to log out your world and then delete the game right after that. Oh yeah, and gunpowder and phantom membranes and all that stuff. But thankfully, there's a way to rid yourself of both of these pests forever, and it's really simple too. All you need is a cat. Oh, Aether, you mean like an ocelot? Yeah, see, that's the thing. Cats have been a completely separate mob from ocelots for quite a while now. This is unlike before, where you would find an ocelot in a jungle, and it would then convert into a cat once you tamed it. In case you're more of a new player and didn't know, yes, that is how taming cats used to work in older versions. Cats will spawn in villages. You can tame them with fish, similar to how you would tame ocelots before, and once you have a cat with you, if a creeper or phantom ever tries to bother you, your cat will hiss and scare it right away. This spares you quite the headache. Trial chambers are a really cool structure. Not only do they house all sorts of fun challenges and waves of mobs for you to defeat, they can also have some insane loot, especially if you do the ominous trial. If you're curious how to do this, here's how it works. First, you'll need to head to a pillager outpost, kill a pillager captain, and you'll acquire a potion of bad omen. Drinking this and heading into a trial chamber will start an ominous trial with waves full of stronger armored mobs. Although these trials are difficult to beat, they can reward you with all sorts of valuable loot like diamonds, enchanted apples, and other things. This also includes the heavy core, which can be used to craft the mace weapon. The mace uses a smash attack which gains damage the higher of a height you fall from. This damage is completely uncapped, so the mace is one of the strongest weapons in the game. It can even be enchanted as well. More about that can be found here. Villagers are the most useful mob in Minecraft. They can trade you all sorts of cool items, including diamond armor and enchanted books. However, you will need large amounts of their currency, emeralds, to trade with them effectively. Thankfully, there are certain trades which can help you make a ton of these things. Many people think the best one out there is the Fletcher's amazing deal of 32 sticks for an emerald. 32 sticks, that is only 4 wooden logs per emerald. And while that trade is great, allow me to introduce to you the Fisherman Villagers' insane trade of just 1 boat for an emerald. Compared to the stick trade, this is even cheaper, since 1 boat on Minecraft Java is only 5 wooden planks, which means you'll only need 1.25 wooden logs per emerald. And on Bedrock, a boat is only 5 planks and a wooden shovel. Using the wood from just 1 log, you can make 2 wooden shovels, so here you'd still only be using 1.75 logs per emerald. Using this trade, you can make a bunch of emeralds, which will allow you to buy other more valuable items from villagers later. The Minecraft 1.18 caves are absolutely incredible. Compared to the old caves, which used to just be a bunch of tunnels with the occasional ravine, these new caves are much bigger and contain a lot more goodies underneath. However, one problem with the new caves is mobs, and I mean a lot of mobs. Because there's way more open space in caves now for them to spawn, it's not uncommon to get ambushed by entire hordes of them every few seconds, and this can get really annoying. But fear not, because you still got torches, and torches can be used to spawn proof any cave you visit. As a tip, placing a torch every 12 blocks in a cave will completely prevent mobs from spawning at all. This way, if you're trying to mine some ores or trying to make your way out of the cave, you won't have hundreds of mobs greeting you at every turn. Ghasts have received a lot of changes in the new Minecraft update. Although not officially released by the time this video will go live, you will now be able to grow happy ghasts that you can actually tame and ride as well. Of course, you still got the menacing fireball spitting ones, but this, for me at least, was a pretty pleasant surprise. I'm excited to see how players will use these in creative ways. If you guys did enjoy this video, then please consider dropping a like and a sub, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!